ADA is trying to recover some of the losses of the recent weeks. ADA is currently pushing against resistance. There was a reaction, not a very strong one, but there was a reaction here to the 78.6 Fibonacci extension at around 16.3 cents. I mean, not exactly there. The price broke briefly below it, but there was no sustained break below this Fibonacci support level. And the price is currently pushing against the last swing high that formed in June, end of June. Sorry, this was at around, and this is marked by the green horizontal line. This is marked around 20 cents, yeah, located at 20 cents. And this is an important structural resistance. We're going to take a look at that one on the smaller time frame as well. And we are going to take a look at what it means from an Elliott wave point of view. The 23-cent level is the next resistance above at the 23.6 Fibonacci extension. So if the price can push above 20, the 23-cent level will come into focus, and above it we've got 31 cents. However, the upside reaction isn't really substantial yet, and it looks corrective in nature, but we're going to take a look at that on the smaller time frame. The overall wave count allows for ADA to form a wave 4 corrective bounce. As you can see on the chart, we could be working on an A wave to the upside, which could then lead to a B wave pullback and a C wave up, which could take the price higher into the red resistance area. This bullish thesis, let's say short-term bullish thesis, remains at least plausible as long as ADA can hold above the last swing low that formed around 15.4 cents. But if we zoom out, we can see that all of this is likely just a corrective bounce. Of course, from an, you could say alternatively, maybe the entire correction is over. And again, should Bitcoin at some point make the decision to rally higher, then ADA might follow. However, the entire correction doesn't look fully complete for two reasons. First of all, a correction usually unfolds in 3 waves, A, B, C. Well, that's happening. However, the C wave normally reaches the area around the 100% extension, and that one is located at 9.2 cents. Well, we're not at that level yet, and we might never get there. I mean, it's just an ideal target, but because we haven't seen an upside impulse and a break above resistance, and we haven't even reached ideal downside levels, I think at least another low is likely. The other reason is, I already mentioned it, that a C wave should be 5 waves. We only have 3 waves so far, so another lower high and another lower low seem likely. So I think now, to get a little bit more information about the microstructure, let's take a look at the shorter time frame. By the way, for those who are not following us yet on X, I recommend you do so. It's the More Crypto Online channel, the one with the golden check mark. And you can find a lot of additional updates here, charts, video updates, exclusive updates, also videos that are not, for example, accessible on YouTube. You find all of that here, so feel free to check it out. Also, ADA is covered regularly here. So, and what is interesting now is that ADA here on the smaller time frame has now reached the red resistance zone. I think we talked about it only in the last video. My target for this move to the upside is 22 cents. That's the 100% extension. You see it on the chart in the blue C wave. Ideally, we should get there. I mean, we're now pushing against the 19.9 cent level, basically 20 cents, which is the last swing high from end of June. It's basically also just structural resistance and the lower boundary of the Fibonacci resistance area. Specifically, it also relates to the 50% retracement. Any higher from here should send the price to around about 22 cents. And this is where the C wave in the blue scenario could complete. And that means I will watch for any signs of a rejection from the red resistance area, potentially that a third wave to the downside starts. Now, what is possible, and we will definitely stay close to it, but probabilities are unclear because we don't have 5 waves up, is that if the price gets to resistance, gets rejected, and the pullback is only a corrective 3-wave move, that we are setting up for another move up into the upper resistance, which starts around 31 cents for a larger degree wave 4. which is exactly what we talked about on the higher time frame. For now, the nearest support I can offer is the last swing low here that formed at around 15.3 cents. A break below it should send the price to the next Fibonacci level below, around 10 cents. I mean, if you're really interested in micro support levels, it's not so reliable, but the nearest one, really the nearest Fibonacci support I can offer, but I would treat it as weak support. It is at 17.5 cents, and a break below it would be a first sign that this bounce that started in July, from our micro support area down there at 15 to 15.9 cents, that this is already over. And so I hope this gives you a good idea of what we are watching for on the ADA chart. I would expect a little bit more upside, but overall it does seem to be like a corrective rally, and there's currently not enough evidence to say that a major low has formed. I'll of course keep you updated. If you're interested in additional updates, I recommend that you subscribe to the channel. Also, feel free to follow us on X, and if you want to dive deeper into Elliott Wave, the model that we're using, but also chart analysis and much more, feel free to check out our membership. There's a link in the comment section below. Thanks so much. Bye-bye. If you are enjoying these analyses and would like to take things a step further, our YouTube membership might be for you. It includes hundreds of exclusive member-only videos, additional posts, priority replies to comments, and the chance to help shape future content by suggesting charts and topics you'd like us to cover. For those who want to go even deeper, our Gold membership also unlocks access to the Discord analysis feed, the MCO terminal, and the Academy. If that sounds like something you'd enjoy, just click the join button below the video. We'd be happy to welcome you as a member.